Hey, this is Tuhon Aditya from LightHaven. Today I'm going to share with you a couple of drills that's going to help you integrate your Abanicos into your combinations or your free flow work. If you aren't familiar with your Abanicos, I'm going to leave a link to that video down below. First get comfortable with that, spend a little bit of time doing those drills, and then come to this. Before we begin though, it would mean a lot if you subscribe to the channel. At the end of the video, if you like what you saw, if you learned from what you saw, please do like and share this video. If you have anything to add to the discussion, please leave that in the comments below. If you have any requests for future videos or questions, please also leave that in the comments below. All of these things really do help out the school and the channel a lot. We've also restarted our residential program, so if you'd like to come to Goa to train Pekiti with us in person, live with us, train with us in person, then check out the link I'm going to leave down below and get in touch with us. So at this point, the assumption is that you are already familiar and comfortable with your basic Abanicos. So the first of the two drills that I'm going to be sharing with you, I'm going to be keeping my weapon leg in front, which means that whichever hand the weapon's in, that leg's going to be in front. My body's going to be in this sort of bladed stance. I'm going to start with an angle 1, and instead of loading it onto my other shoulder like I would if I wanted to do angle 2 or any sort of backhand slash, I'm going to allow it to continue its journey. Once it reaches somewhere around the top of my head, I'm going to do my Abanico, right? And then I'm just going to bring it back to my shoulder. So once again, hit, come back. I'm going to slash angle 1, come up, hit, come back. Slash angle 1, hit, come back. I want to whip that Abanico until at least the tip of the stick is facing in front. Now one thing to remember in this first drill is that if I'm hitting on my forehand side, then the corresponding Abanico is also going to come over my weapon arm shoulder. So if that weapon arm shoulder means if the stick's in my right hand, then that right shoulder is my weapon arm shoulder. So I'm doing an angle 1, it's going to whip over that shoulder. Whichever shoulder my attack starts from, that's the shoulder over which the Abanico is going to whip. So angle 1, whip, back to the shoulder. Angle 1, Abanico, back to the shoulder. You can also have this sort of lean in front, back to the shoulder. Angle 1, lean, back. Once you're comfortable with this, then we're going to add the angle 2. So I'm going to go angle 1, whip. Now instead of bringing this back to my shoulder, as this turns back, it's going to come down for an angle 2, back to my shoulder. So 1, Abanico, 2, back to my shoulder. Angle 1, Abanico. From here itself, I'm not going to come to load on the other shoulder. From here itself, as that stick rotates back, once it's here, it's going to drop down in the angle 2, circular strike, back to my shoulder. Angle 1, Abanico, angle 2. Once you're comfortable with this part, then we're going to add that last Abanico. So we go angle 1, Abanico. As it comes back, angle 2. From here itself, again, I'm going to come instead of back to my shoulder. That angle 2 is going to come up to that top load, center of my head. From here, it's going to whip the other way. So the Abanico is going to go over my left shoulder. As this comes back, it's going to go to that angle 1. Again, Abanico. Angle 2, Abanico, 1, hit, 2, hit, 1, hit, 2, hit, 1, hit, 2, hit. Remember that we are doing both sides Abanico. The first one is over my weapon shoulder. The second one is over the other shoulder. So I'm doing my outside Abanico, inside Abanico. You can also notice that as I'm doing the outside one, I have this slight hip turn with the lean. As I open up for the angle 2, that begins with my hip. My hip turns back, which gives that whip. One of the important things about this drill is that at the end of every Abanico, you have the pull back motion, the retraction of the Abanico is adding to the power of the slash. So from here, as I pull this back, that adds power to the slash. As I pull this back, my hip turns, that adds power to the angle 1. So I'm looking to cut, hit, cut, hit, cut, hit, cut, hit. The retraction is there to add power to the slash that's going to come back. That's why you want that elasticity of your wrist that we spoke about in the last video. The next drill is also building on the second drill that I showed in the last video, where you again have your weapon leg in front. You're in this sort of somewhere between a medium load and a cross load, where you have loaded a little bit below your shoulder. You're bracing your wrist. What you're looking to do from here is I'm just going to drop this Abanico straight down. I'm imagining someone's hand is there, I'm hitting that hand. As I pull this back, I'm going to come up with an angle 4. So I hit, angle 4. Now from here, I'm going to rotate that wrist and drop down with a whipping sort of angle 1. So hit, up with an angle 4, come down. Hit, up with an angle 4, come down. Hit. This drill is going to help you build that sort of elastic power in your wrists and in your arms. I want to hit that first. That first target is my hand. As it comes back, I'm turning my hip and slashing up with that angle 4. From here again, I'm going to try and build that elastic power, that whipping power, and whip down with an angle 1. Again, go back, hit the hand, come up, whip down. So that's one whip, coming back, hit down. Once again, I just want to stress that it's not enough to just whip it out. The angle 4 that's going to come is heavily dependent on this retraction. If I have a good retraction, it will immediately follow into that slash. And same with this, that the power of the angle 1 comes from that whip. I hit, the retraction is what gives me the power in the angle 4. The retraction and the hip turn is what's going to give me power in the angle 4. And from here, that whip is going to give me that power in that angle 1 sort of circular strike back into this load. So I can repeat this again and again and again. Hitting, coming up, slashing. First, be able to do this in a flow without any power. Slowly, as your wrist gets stronger, you can increase the speed, increase the speed, increase the speed. Make sure whatever you do on your right hand, you also do on your left hand. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, if you learned from what you saw, please do like and share this video. Please do subscribe to the channel. If you have anything to add to the discussion, please leave that in the comments below. If you have any questions or requests for future videos, please also leave that in the comments down below. All of these things really do help out the school and the channel a lot. We've also restarted our residential program, so if you would like to come to Goa to train in Pekiti with us in person, live with us at the school and train with us, please check out the link that I'm also going to leave down below. Thank you and see you in the next video.